Good evening, Wizards Nation. I know y'all just saw that news that just dropped from Shams. We, the Wizards, just avoided a massive fine from the NBA. Meanwhile, our Tankathon partners, being the Utah Jazz and the Indiana Pacers, got fined heftily. I'm going to read y'all that real quick. Among there's other news regarding our Wizards that came out today. Alex Sarr's out for 2 weeks. The Bub Hub is back in the All-Star game. Sorry, I'm still recovering. But let's get straight to it, dude. Also, Tony Kornheiser, apparently. But anyways, the main thing right now, let's get straight to it, dude. This came out, and I was just like, I gotta go live. I thought I was going to get, a night off tonight. I'm almost fully at 100%. But this was just dropped. The NBA has fined the Utah Jazz $500,000. The Indiana Pacers $100,000 related to the management of their rosters for recent games. Obviously, we aren't there. I'm laughing now, but I need to shut up. Because this could be us now avoiding a fine. But damn it, I could definitely see us getting a fine in the near future. It's because, as a matter of fact, like a lot of the stuff that we did is very eerily similar to what the Utah Jazz did. It says right here, Adam Silver and the Jazz and Pacers fines for their quote-unquote overt behavior like this that prioritizes draft positioning over winning undermines the foundation of the NBA competition. We will respond accordingly, blah, 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 whatever. We know this already. But the report actually stated from the Jazz that they refused to play their starters in the fourth quarter in a recent game. Doesn't that sound eerily familiar to you guys here in the nation's capital? Like, we've done that multiple times recently. The Pistons game, we still won it. The Kings game, we won it. I guess maybe. But I'm just saying, I'm glad, of course, I'm happy that my billionaire didn't get taxed. Okay, who cares? I'm happy. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm laughing now. A lot of us are laughing now, but I can definitely see us getting fined in the future. But fuck it. $10 billion. I'm sorry, we're paying Ted how much a month to watch this game now? $20 a month? He can allocate that money into these fines. He got money. He can pay for it. He's Uncle Ted, remember? He'll be fine. But, it is nice to see. Maybe this is a sign that the NBA and Adam Silver are looking at our tank and they're saying, oh, these motherfuckers are doing it ethically. And maybe they can reward us. I don't know. I don't know. I see, like this dude right here is a good follow. Says, notice how the Wizards weren't fined because we're ethical as fuck. AF. Now give us that first pick. Wizards Muse. A lot of people on Wizards. I love Wizards Twitter, man. We're going off. I'm happy, but I'm not trying to be that asshole who spoils on the parade. Considering this news that came out, Alex Sarr, but this is, then the game against the Cavs where he didn't play yesterday, I didn't know if it was like a legit injury or not, but he is now out for approximately 2 weeks. He will miss Friday's Rising Stars game. And as a matter of fact, the Bob Hub will replace Alex Sarr in the Rising Stars game. If you were to tell me that Bob Carrington would play in the Rising Stars game in the midst of November of last year, I would have slapped you. And I love Bob Carrington, but he was not it. So I think this is more indicative of just how he turned this season around. So shout out to Bob, man. Shout out to Bob. I know there's still a lot of Bob critics out there. You know what I mean? I definitely think Bub still has a long way to go to get where he wants to get to, and also where we need him to go to if we want to, continue advancing this league. But, the fact that he did this, let me see what chat's saying. Rod says, what up? Pacers got fined. Yeah. You see about the competition for the lottery odds? Yeah, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Lockdown Law says fining teams is a effing joke. Utah will still get the number one pick. Hey, Lockdown Law, Utah had the worst record last year and they fell to 5th. We had the second worst record and we fell to 6th. I don't know about that. Everything is just, I don't know. To me, Adam Silver just likes to fill a good story. Anything that sells money, anything there's money attached to it, he's going to go that route. The dirty bucket is never tanking. Oh, dude, I was tanking the past couple of days. I was up there with Will Dawkins. I was tanking my ass off. I haven't done a real video in the past 5 days, man. I've been cooked. They put me, but I'm back. I'm back off the injury report. I'm back. Fonzie's back. Let's see here. Ace Bailey's not playing a Rising Stars game. I think he is locked on law. I think he just got. He's now playing in. I believe he's replacing Cooper Flagg, if I'm not mistaken. Pat Wiz says the NBA is discussing creating a tournament among lottery teams to determine draft order in order to stop tanking. You see, like, there's a lot as of right now. I mean, we've seen a lot of teams, like, let's just be honest, bitch and moan, including us, about the tanking system. But I've definitely seen this go around of, fans and critics pointing out just the overall complete tank job that, like, damn near half of the NBA is doing right now. Because, I mean, this draft is like one of the most historically strong drafts, of all time. You would be an idiot not to do this. If this is your only way to attain top tier talent or franchise level talent, you know what I mean? If you can't attract the player in free agency or via trade, this is the way you got to do it. And if you don't have a damn good scouting department like we do, you got to get one of those top 4 picks who are shoo-ins to be stars in this league. Locked on Law's pretty pissed. I don't blame him. Anyways, that's pretty much it. That just dropped right now. We'll see what's happening more going forward. But Greg Finberg dropped this tweet. Awesome tweet. I'm going to make a video tomorrow regarding the state of the Wizards at the All-Star break. I was going to do it today, but the Dayquil ain't hitting. It's not hitting, but I got the Gatorade on deck. Watch and see the Lakers will get the number 1 pick. If the Lakers get the number 1 overall pick, man, they're not going to get it. I don't even know why I'm saying it. Anyways, for the rest of this season, like I said, we're 14-39. We have the second worst record in the league. We leapfrogged the Pacers. Granted, we play the Pacers in 2 games back-to-back right after the All-Star break. Mind you, though, Alex Sarr, with this timeline, will not be available for the Pacers games. I'm assuming perhaps this Pacers matchup was a big key factor in this decision. I can say it because Adam Silver, for sure as hell, not listening to this freaking shit pod. Because, he's not listening to this pod, dude. I'm not I'm not being a snitch. I'm just being, you know what I mean? He's not listening to this. Watch him be freaking listening to this with 14 TV screens. He's like, that motherfucker right there. All right, get him. No. But, I mean, it looked like it would be the same old, we'll see if the Vooch plays against the Pacers, but in 2 weeks, this will knock him out against the Pacers matchup, which is beginning mid-next week. So, food for thought. Those Pacers games are going to be key matchups. Let's see what chat's saying. Why are they picking on us, though? Everyone else doing it, though. Because Kornheiser, yeah. Okay, I'm going to get to Kornheiser in a bit. Cornholder. I'm going to get to Kornheiser in a couple minutes. There's more people just saying, Wizards don't get fined for tanking while other teams do. AD and Trey are actually injured, but fans and the media. I mean, of course I want to celebrate. I mean, what we're basically doing is we're celebrating that our billionaire didn't get taxed. That's pretty much it. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be that asshole, but you saw us tank outright against the Nets recently. It was bad. We were losing to the Nets, and the Nets were in a horrific losing streak, or not even that. They were playing bad basketball heading into the game with us. And we tanked damn near we sat damn near everybody. So I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty surprised that we missed this fine, but I'm happy we did. But hopefully, if anything, it saves Ted Leonsis some money in its pocket so that if we do get fined in the future, in these next couple of months for tanking outright, at least we can be like, hey, man, you didn't get fined the first time. Cough it up now. Cough it up. Cough it up. But let's see here. I had other stuff. All right. So this is Kornheiser. Let me go straight to this. Let me see what chat's gonna say. Trae Young and Sarr will be back in the same game. I don't know. I like to think they're gonna come back in mid-March. I mean, Trae Young and Anthony Davis. I circled a games back-to-back against the Pistons. We played the Thunder that series. I'm saying mid-March because I don't want to play them or risk them against mid-level teams or sorry teams where we will be, in the battle to lose the game. If you want to play those star guys, obviously play them, but play them against the best teams in the league. Lord Markkinen had 27 points in 27 minutes, and they benched him for the rest of the game. Yeah. I mean, we did that too, though, but we won pretty much the games. Anyways, so this came out. I'm going to play the video. It will most likely demonetize my video. I've noticed that when I play videos, it demonetizes the stream. But fuck it. I was looking for an article on this so that I can read it out loud and not play the video, but I couldn't find an article. I couldn't find a transcript. I am now second guessing my decision to play the video. But fuck it, I'm gonna play it. Fuck it. Fuck this stream. Context is needed. So for those who don't know, this just came out. So I'm gonna play it from the beginning and I'll show y'all my reaction afterwards, I guess. So this is Kornheiser at PTI and Will won. Let me turn this on a little. Okay. It's just a 30-second clip. It's just a 30-second clip, YouTube team. Jesus.
They are 14-38 this year. In the last 3 years, they're 47 and 169. Everybody should be fired. Nobody has been fired because this is obviously the plan. They just traded healthy players for Trae Young and Anthony Davis, big names who are hurt, haven't played a minute. I'm not sure they will ever play a minute for the Wizards. I'm just not sure.
He's saying that. Wait, is he saying that Trae Young and Anthony Davis will never? Wait, will never play a minute for the Wizards?
Who are hurt, haven't played a minute. I'm not sure they will ever play a minute for the Wizards. I'm just not sure about that. And I think fans of this.
I think he's being sarcastic there.
About that. And I think fans of this team, if there are any fans left, should bring a class action suit for fraud on the part of the Wizards for selling season tickets and not ever attempting to win. How about the draft pick? Yeah. They are.
How can I put this? You see, like I'm not gonna dog Tony Kornheiser. I'm not gonna dog him. No, much respect to him. As a matter of fact, that the fuck, this man's done how much in the sports? He would do much like 10 times fold than what I'll ever accomplish in the sports entertainment industry. He's a legend in his own right. Much respect to him. Much respect to him. But after listening to this, it makes me want to tank even harder. It makes me want to tank tonight. I want to go in. I'm just like, it. Obviously, let's just state the obvious. This man's he's not in tune with the Wizards rebuild. He doesn't know what's going on. Okay? He's out of touch with the Wizards. I'm not saying he's out of touch with the NBA. I'm not trying to, test his credibility. But with the Wizards, it's obvious he's out of touch. He doesn't see the plan, the Will Doc. He's never even sniffed the blueprint. But the reason why I'm showing you this is because it's a lot of people that's not like Tony, not just Tony, but people who are giving the same exact take that he's giving and shitting on the Wizards when I'm just like, dude, I get it, but don't shit on us. Shit on the system. I mean, this is the name of the game. Everybody's stooping to these pathetic levels, not just us. So if you're going to call us out, you got to call everybody else out. But most importantly, you got to call Adam Silver out. You got to call those decision makers for the lottery process or the system out. Those are the main guys you got to call out. We're just playing the name of the game right now. You know what I mean? So with this take, I'm just like, I'm sorry, we're not playing tonight, but I wish we were. Like, I want to see freaking, I want to tank even harder. Like, like this is not gonna do anything to me. Like, this is not, and the fact that he's saying that like Wizards fans should be, what did he say? Like towards the end, like sell your like shouldn't be fans anymore or whatever the hell. In my head, I'm just like, dude, if only you knew the pain. Like, for those fans of teams who are in the Tankathon race, like fans of like the Thunder or like the Lakers, they're probably thinking like, oh, they're having a lot of fun. And like, we are in complete misery. Everybody hates the Tankathon website. I've never met a single soul who loves, keeping up to date with the Tankathon records. Nobody likes it. Nobody likes it. I hate it with the passion. I have to keep up with the records or the scores of the freaking Pacers and the Nets just as much as I have to do with my own Wizards. You know what I mean? I give it up on the Kings, but like nobody likes this. And to see them possibly think that we take joy in doing this, no. You know what I mean? What I do take joy is seeing takes like this that I'm just like, come on, dude. This is not even like, this is not it. This is kind of like and again, I hope I'm not being disrespectful to him, but it's just irrelevant in my opinion, because you're clearly deflecting your anger to a specific team when your anger, in my opinion, I could be wrong, should be at the commissioner and the decision makers for the lottery system. It's just the name of the game. When you grew up playing Monopoly, you know what I mean? You played according to the rules of the game. Now, granted, you were playing with your siblings, you know what I mean? You got into arguments here and there. You see your sibling trying to cheat. What are you gonna do? You're gonna sit back and your sibling's not paying you $200 every single go? You're gonna sit back and be like, oh, he's not paying me, you know what I mean? And then your sibling's gonna beat you in the game. What are you gonna do? You're going to beat your sibling at your own game, because that's the only way to beat him. It's just that's simply it right now with the NBA tank. Let's see here. The Wizards did healthy players for a one-off injured player and an injury, but the Wizards were not the only ones to do this though. The Raptors did it with Brandon Ingram last year. You know what I mean? I guess they set kind of like the blueprint for this. At least, like, the Pacers, they traded for Zubac. And, you know what I mean? Zubac's injury, or whatever he has right now, is nowhere near the level of, like, the injuries that Trae Young and Anthony Davis has had. Anthony Davis, for the most part, has been a walking Band-Aid. Let's just be honest. I love Anthony Davis for now. I mean, he's here, but, like, he's injured, so there's justifiable and a recent precedent for that. Trae Young has played how many games this year? 11? Barely in Atlanta. Like, he actually had a legit injury. But for Zubac, man who's been playing as of recently, and then comes to the Pacers, is out for a mysterious injury. So, yeah, there's a reason to actually investigate there. You know, at least the Wizards, at least we are tanking, not only, we're tanking outwardly, but we're making strategic tanking moves. You know, you really think we would have traded for Anthony Davis if he was fully healthy? It would have been really hard to sit him out. You know, and also if he was fully healthy, the price would have been enormously high. We probably wouldn't have given up the assets to get him in the first place. But we traded for two dudes who are, completely distressed assets, buy low. And not only they're not going to play this year, perhaps, or if they do play, a barely limited amount of games, but they're win now players for next year, and they won't interrupt your Tankathon timeline. Most importantly, Pelicans just gave Poole 12 straight DMPs. Yeah, that brings me joy. It sucks because I like Jordan Poole, but this man ruined it on the way out. Live Life Love says, time for Tony. Didn't know he turned into a to retire. Hey man, there's some stuff about Washington Post that Locked on Law previously stated in the chat. But I'm not. I mean, like some people are mad at him. I don't even think people are that mad at him. They just called him out because I think people for the most part know that Tony is just. It's just evident he's not in tune with what's going on here with the Wizards. I'm not mad at him, and again, respect to him. He's done a lot in the sports industry, more than I ever will do. But just listening to that is just that take is an outrageous take that I've heard, not from him, but from a lot of just casual NBA fans just pointing their fingers at us as if we, are the only ones doing this. Dude, how many teams are outright tanking crazy? It's not just us. It's like at least damn near half the league. The Hawk TV says, in addition, DB, people never talk about the impact tanking has on young players. How do we know if Keyshawn George, Trey Johnson, and Will Riley can't be superstars? That's true. No, I completely agree. That's one thing that I was talking about in my recent stream. And I was just like, one thing that I'm not worried about, but I'm just like, thinking about a lot is that, like, we've seen, those dudes, especially the starters, they're not getting, their healthy 30 plus minutes a night. Like if the game's competitive, they're not playing for the fourth quarter. We've seen that recently. They've been averaging 23 minutes, 24 minutes, if that. Keyshawn George, 22 minutes. So I was thinking, I was like, if anything, it's going to be most likely the Will Riley progress show. Because Will Riley played the most minutes last night, 29 minutes, and he was bad. He's 1 of 12, I believe, from the field. But yeah, no, I completely agree. Like that's one thing that like you take what you can get, basically. With the tank, like you gotta take what you can get. That's why I said earlier, and I think I might be maybe correct on this. I don't want to toot my own horn. I never do that here, so trust me, I'm not one of those assholes who toots their own horn. But I stated early on in January, when we were in that 12-game stretch, when we won 7 out of the 12 games, I said, hey, man, I might look like a complete buffoon, but I think this stretch right here will be the stretch that the front office, Wizards, players in the locker room will look into it, and we'll look back into it, and say this 12-game stretch is us for the future. Because I don't see us ever doing any other 12-game stretch like that for the rest of the season. We already know what time it is. It's tanking season. So that 12-game stretch was all Will Dawkins needed to see. He saw it. He's like, we're good. Even though it's a super small sample size. I know, and I hate small sample sizes. But, unfortunately, with the Hawk TV, he's right. Like, that's probably the biggest sample size we're going to get this year regarding, good development leading to winning basketball this season. Anyways, let's see what Live Life Live says. Did they not see the teams that got fined for outranking polling players? Lockdown losing, says Lockdown Law. Oh, no, yeah. After the All-Star break, we're locked in. Like, losing, we're locked in. We're locked in. We're locked in, dude. I'm locked in. G Wiz is locked in. He's locked in Jackson Hayes' bank account. Shout out to G Wiz. If the NBA came to me about tanking, I would explain that my bench players are getting priceless experience. Please. Yeah, I mean, we'll see, though. Anyways, I want to show you all this, though, because I'm not going to lie, dude. I don't want to be that asshole. I really don't want to be that asshole. But I'm happy that we avoided a fine. But damn it, I can definitely see us getting a fine in the near future. I'm sorry, dude. If the Jazz got fined, we are right there with them. Let me go to the Tankathon website. But granted, the Jazz traded for a healthy Jaren Jackson. We traded for Anthony Davis. So, the Jazz, it's harder for them to hide it. Like I said, we're currently right here. Yeah. Not bad. See, everybody around us is pretty much winning for the most part. We're in a 3-game losing streak. Let's see here. The NBA will laugh your ass off the building if you use that lame ass excuse. Benching your best players. LOL. Yeah. Anyways, like I said, we have the second worst record. But I say for now, because it pretty much is for now. You know, with the Pacers, God forbid we win both of those games. I'm not going to, we're not going to. Fuck that. No. I want to split it even at least. Split it even, and I'm happy. But, you know, I do wonder, like, if anything, what I do want to see is I do want to see how the Jazz and the Pacers reroute from this. My prediction is I don't think this is going to change their behavior. This is not going to change their behavior, in my opinion, dude. They're still going to outright do their thing. They're going to try even harder to mask it. But, you know, the Jazz were fined a hefty $500,000. I mean, they got money to blow. How much money they gave to freaking Laurie Marketing? $250 million or whatever the hell. They got money to blow. The Pacers, $100K. See, I'm laughing now, but you know what I mean? But that's one thing that I want to see after the All-Star break. How do the Pacers and Jazz move on from this? Because with the way and how they move on from this, it could possibly dictate on our decision-making in the tanking process for the rest of the season. Case in case point. Let's just be honest. And let's just be hypothetical. When we play the Pacers coming back from the All-Star break, the first game back, do the Pacers now bench their starters against us? This is my question to you guys. Do the Pacers bench their starters against us because they're scared of being fined again? Or do they continue with their tanking methods? That's my question to you guys. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to play the Jeopardy music. Meanwhile, I'll wait for you guys. Actually, no, I'm going to get freaking copyrighted and then demonetized again. I can sing it out loud for you guys. Maybe that won't get copyrighted. I would say I'm the coach, period. You don't tell me to play my players. Robert McCollum standing on business. I like that. What do you guys think the Pacers are going to do now? Would the Pacers actually play their starters against us? Nobody's answering. I think these fines are a pimple on the ass of $1 billion franchise. Yeah. No, I agree. My prediction, nobody responded, but my prediction is that this is not going to change anything. If anything, the only thing it will change is they're going to be a little bit more discreet about it. But other than that, but I you know what I mean? What I do want to see is if there's any repeated fines. Locked on Law. That's like the Jazz got fined $500,000. And the Jazz are in a tough spot because they actually have a solid team right now, even without Jaren Jackson. Jaren Jackson's now out for the season. He has like a surgery for his a mass that he had, I believe, in his knee. But I want to see if Adam Silver will double down now. If he sees similar type behavior, will he double down? Will he double down and give him another hefty fine and another hefty fine and another hefty fine? Then, you know, but if this is just a one-time thing, oh yeah, I'm with you. This is just a pimple. What do you say? A pimple in the ass. Yeah. Let's see here. No Trey says, I'm taking the fine. Yeah, me too. Pacers are going to try to win simple games, so they will send the Clippers some games either. Yeah. Pacers are going to try to win some. Love your show, man. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. What they should do is take away lottery ball if they're serious about taking. That's not a bad idea. So that's one thing I want to see, because let's just be honest. Will Dawkins right now is heavily monitoring this situation. As a matter of fact, CWJ says, if the Jazz would have won, would the NBA still would have fined them? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, we did that against the Kings, Pistons, sat our starters, but we won those games. We didn't get fined. But then again, against the Nets, we sat everybody. And we lost to them. It was an outrageous tank, but, you know. But I want to admit, though, Will Dawkins will be heavily monitoring this situation. It goes back into play with this, man. Alex Sarr's out for 2 weeks. This may need to be the move moving forward. We may need to stop with the random, questionable injury reports. That may need to be the move for the rest of the season. It may be notices like this that gets us along the season. Being, dude has sustained a right hamstring injury, out for 2 weeks. And the key word here is approximately. So who's to say he returns back in 3 weeks? Make him take his sweet ass time. You know? The Jazz blew a 17-point lead and never even called a timeout. Yeah. If the Pacers don't roll out their starters, the latest strat is for them to sit down in the fourth quarter. Yeah. No, I agree, man. There's no way around tanking. A player can always say his back is hurt. Well, they can send investigations, though. That's one thing that I'm just like, oh, shit. If they send those freaking investigators our way, they might find a thing or two. But best believe, fucking Will Dawkins will be redacting those files. No. We have integrity. We will not redact shit. What do we got to hide? Actually, a lot. But that's one thing that I definitely seen, that they would send investigators to a team. Definitely see, I guess, medical reports or something like that. Will Dawkins just talked about an interview, talking about how he hopes the basketball gods bless us. Yeah. And he knows who he means by basketball gods. He knows. We know. It's Adam Silver. Maybe we are a feel-good story this year. I mean, what? We got Trae Young, Anthony Davis in the fold. You know, we have a nice young burgeoning squad. We got, finally real NBA heads catching up to us, loving the build. They'll have to go deep because doctors will have to answer, says Wild. That's true. But the doctors are on our payroll, so they'll have to say whatever the hell we tell them to say. The corruption goes deep. That's how it goes, apparently. Yeah, man. I don't know. But, again, we missed out on a fine. Shout out to Will Dawkins. At least my GM knows how to tank ethically. Or quote-unquote ethically. But, I'm just saying, though, every single time, Will Dawkins has had numerous interviews and press conferences the past week with all the news. That dude has that it factor. When Will Dawkins speaks, we all listen. Locked on Law says, you want to prevent benching healthy players? Pay them by the game. I think they do, though. Well, that's true. Let's see here. Yeah. Anyways, I guess I just want to share that with you guys regarding Tony Kornheiser and this news that came out regarding the Wizards. I guess, yeah, it implicated the Wizards. Let's see, before I call it quits on this stream, let's see the scores of the games, because there wasn't that many outright scores of the games that implicated the tank. Some of them did. No. Shit. Okay, so the Jazz right now are winning. I got to stop laughing because this could be us next week, so I got to stop being a dick. The Jazz are winning. They're beating the Blazers. But we'll see. I am rooting for the Mavericks, dude. I'm worried about I'm not worried about the Mavs, but you know what I mean. They're in an 8-game losing streak. You know, I want them to gain distance from us. The Bucks, man, the Bucks been winning. What the hell? They beat the they beat the Thunder. This is the Cam Thomas game? No, it's not. Cam Thomas dropped 34. Was last night, and the Bucks just won. Shout out to the Bucks. Yeah, I'm gonna stop laughing like a dick. Because the Jazz could be very well be us next week, so I don't want to put any bad karma on us. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna end the stream with this. I'm gonna talk about the Jazz right now. But what the fuck am I doing? The Jazz, I feel for them, man. I feel for the Jazz. They're in the same spot as us. Can you imagine Jazz fans right now? Jazz they have their pick being top 8 protected, so of course they're gonna tank outright. In this draft class, Jazz fans must be going crazy. Like, of course they're happy they got Jaren Jackson. We got our Anthony Davis. We did our own move, but they right now have the 6th worst record. They could fall to 7th or even 8th. The Jazz, I'm not gonna lie, like considering that they were our partners in a tankathon last year, they finished with the worst record. We finished with the 2nd worst record. I'm not gonna lie. Of course, I want my Wizards, my team, to be a top 3 pick. Fuck it, have the #1 overall pick. Of course that, but I'm also rooting for teams like the Jazz in the lottery, where they're up and coming team. They're not known for being a free agent destination like us. You know what I mean? I'm rooting for those teams in the lottery. I'm tired of seeing these big market teams jump up and get these franchise-changing players in front of teams who actually deserve those players. Like us last year, like the Jazz last year. You know what I mean? The freaking Sixers jumped up and got the 3rd overall pick. Are you kidding me? So, I'm not going to lie, man. I truly feel for the Jazz and the Jazz fans. I'm not trying to simp up to the Jazz fans or anything like that. I'm just being honest. They're in the same boat as us. These dudes are probably sweating it out. They're probably sweating it out. They're just like, if they see us, or if you see me going on this Tankathon website every single freaking night, these dudes probably live on that website. So I guess shout out to the Jazz. We'll see them next year. They're pretty much in the same timeline as us. Like, their rebuild is over with after this year. They're done with. They're done. They're done, like us. So we'll see them next year. All right, enough about the Jazz. Says here, I don't even think we're tanking for real. I honestly think we're really trash. I think it's a combo of both. Well, we're tanking, dude. We're tanking. Like, we're not playing Alex Sarr. They didn't play Alex. Had no bigs against the Cavaliers last night. We started Jameer Watkins at center, but we tanking. That's a clear stank. A clear stank of tank. That's clear. It's been clear all year. Anyways, I'm gonna call it quits, dude. I'm gonna call it quits. Anyways, let me see if anything else came out though. What's good? What's good? Rich Reloaded. You just joined the stream. I'm about to end the stream. We're talking about the tank, dude, and actual. Ace Bailey. I know some of y'all remember me going off on Ace Bailey. I mean, wanting Ace Bailey. I don't like this whole thing. The NBA is discussing creating a tournament among lottery teams to determine draft order. Adam Silver, man, this man comes up with horrific ideas. Adam Silver is only good for just monetary. Well, he's only good for making more money, basically, for the league. Like he's good at finding avenues to create more money for the league. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, dude. But regarding this stuff, and regarding players, not even just tanking, but players also just, load managing throughout the season, star players, come on, dude, somebody needs to lay the hammer on these guys. Let's go live after a game. We can get the arena. Starting next year, I'm going to be there at the game a lot more. Abolish the draft, says Rich Reloaded. The Knicks are hiring lawyers. Nomadic Brian. Ain't no way. Wait, what? Is it because of our thing? I didn't see that. Did it come out when I was Nomadic Brian? Did that come out when I was on stream? I didn't see that report. CWJ says, yeah, get rid of the draft and let the players pick where they want to go. They would all pick the Lakers, though. They would pick. They wouldn't pick the small market teams, though. Oh, Nomadic Brian over here had me scared. It's okay. We got Lockdown Law on our side. He's gonna defend us. We got Lockdown Law. The Knicks can hire all their attorneys. You heard G Wiz sue Jackson Hayes. Yeah. I love that. I love that. Get your money, boy. Get your money. It's hard out here. Not that the Lakers have no cap space. True. I think that'll be a whole different type of avenue. Like, it'll have to be like, that'll be the first move, but then you have to adjust everything with regard to cap room and everything like that. But this new, that's not bad though. But this new thing, though, G-Wiz hired Jackson Hayes' ex-GF lawyer. Hey, yo, who knew G-Wiz was a menace like that? Hey, yo. You have to be one dumb fuck to commit assault and battery on anyone as a professional athlete. Yeah. Not only that, Locked, he committed it in 4K with thousands of people watching him like a dumbass. And we still don't know yet if G-Wiz is a male or a female. Because if it's a female, you look like a complete douche face for doing that. I'm sure the lawyer reached out to him. You know how they do. That's true. Yeah. Trust me, I know. I work in a law firm, dude. I know how lawyers work. I know how they maneuver, these motherfuckers. I am a lawyer. Tell that to James Pierce, that big dummy. Load. All right, y'all. I'm going to call it quits, dude. But yeah, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about anything that I said. If I said anything that y'all disagree with, please let me know in the comment section. I see Ousmane Dieng balling the past couple of games. I see you. I see the Bucks picking up Cam Thomas and Ousmane Dieng over here wrecking. I see you. I think the players will go over to tier favorite team if they pick where they want to go to. That's what I was thinking too. But I mean, CWJ did bring up the point about the cap space, though. I mean, that could be an inhibiting factor, but I think it'll be a domino effect with that in that route, though. It's just like this whole thing that I'm seeing right now regarding Adam Silver, it being a tournament. I'm gonna pull it up for you guys. It being a tournament for the actual Tankathon for the draft order. Sorry. This right here. The NBA is discussing creating a tournament among lottery teams to determine draft order in order to stop tanking. I'm just like, what are you going to do with this, though? Like, not only do you need to stop, like, the tanking, but you also need to, like, never mind the tanking, you also need to reform the current lottery system as well, because in recent memory, it has only benefited the big market teams. It has only benefited the teams that, are not, are near 500 or sub 500 level. It has not benefited the teams who are in dire need of talent. It hasn't. Like, I don't like the current lottery system right now as it is. And I'm not speaking from a butthurt perspective from us being, wrecked last year in a Tankathon. It's just in general. We said the Pistons. Where's Marvin's World when you need him? This man, in 3 years in a row, they fell to fifth. You know what I mean? The Jazz fell, like us, right now, it's just the system in general needs to be reformed. Never mind, also the tanking of, but. So a team that loses in the play-in tournament now have to play another team. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, Showtime Bo says, if you're a bad team, how the F are you going to win a tournament to get the number 1 overall pick? Players won't play hard to get the team better chance to eventually first. Yeah, the incentive thing is just not. It's just not there, or not even that, but like the overall equality factor, it has to favor the teams who are actually bad. Now, if there's a consistent method or a consistent trend of teams being bad year in and year out, you have to put an end to that. I've seen scenarios of if you could only pick top 5 for only 3 years in a row, and after that you're excluded from picking top 5. Perhaps, but then I can see there's stuff in there that I also disagree with. Like, this is also a hard one to begin with, but does that Legion asshole ever post anything that he didn't steal from anyone else? Yeah. Yeah, now you know who I'm talking about. I mean, I wasn't dogging on him though. I mean, I saw his video, and then he also dogged about us about the Wizards, and I'm just like, dude. He said that the Wizards have been tanking for 10, 12 years. I'm like, dude, we've been tanking since 2023, since Will Dawkins joined. But before that, we weren't tanking. We were just ass. As a matter of fact, before 2023, during the Bradley Beal Dark Ages, we were actually trying our best to win. We were just atrociously and pathetically ass. So when he said that we have been tanking for the past 10, 12 years or whatever he said, I was just like, dude, I mean, as an NBA content creator, I know people can make mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes when I record videos, but I was just like, I disagree, dude. You're not he's clearly not in tune. Respect. I don't want to start beef. I feel like I'm being a little bit of a puss. Oh no, I'm just saying, I just don't agree. Like, that's just like, he was clearly just out of touch with that take. It's pronounced Showtime Zebo. My bad. Showtime Zebo. The commissioner needs to be reformed. Get rid of the pick protections. Yes. Now we're talking. Whenever Quack Swallow Socks joins the fray, common sense comes in the fray as well. That's one thing that I did see. Get rid of the pick protections, dude. Not get rid of them outright, but the top 4 pick like what the Pacers did, that trade for Zubac, your pick is either top 4 protected, and also top 10 to 30 protected. Like, what the hell? Dude? Like, screw that. That's just like too much incentive for somebody to lose. I don't. Lockdown Law says, what if we've been the worst team over a 50-year period? Well, you got me there. I think we should end it like that. End it right there. I'm talking from this GM's era. But, I mean, yeah, you're right, bud. You're right. We haven't won 50 games in how long now? Come on. But that's going to change. And I'm not a deluded 21-year-old. I've been scarred. I've got the scars. I had to cover them up with tattoos. I got the scars. I know the pain. I'm 32, turning 33 this fucking year. I know the pain. But even while looking at the fire, something is telling me that things are changing. Not just for temporarily, but for the foreseeable future. Wizards still win a title sooner than the Knicks. Yes. And Nomadic Brian, you actually did give me a heart attack. You said the Knicks had lawyers. No way. Oh, shit. I can see Dolan pulling that off. Fuck that. I can see Dolan pulling that off, even though he's probably not in tune right now with what the hell's going on. Anyways, I'm going to call it quits now. Jerry Juice Smoke says, tanking for 10 years with no first picks. Tanking so broke. Yeah. yeah. But anyways, that was my retort to freaking Tony Kornheiser. I guess Legion. He just randomly popped up in my conversation. talked about this news. But yeah, man, I'm gonna call it quits, dude. And I thought it was gonna be a 30-minute stream. It's now 50 minutes. Anyways. Yeah, I talked about that paprika. Yeah, you're right. You're right. In the fourth quarter, which paprika we've done. So, granted, again, I'm happy that we avoided the fine, but Ted Leonsis better not look around and be like, hey, man, we avoided the fine. No, Ted, you're probably going to be fined in these next couple of months. Just be honest. You're probably going to be fined. You avoided it now, but dude, don't be surprised when you get fined in mid-March, you know. Did you see the game coverage on the WAPO, says Frank Potter? Let me see. I did not. I mean, I've been in the stream for a while now. Let's see. I'll see you after the stream. LOL, my bad. Just woke up. No, I hear you, bro. I think you're in Paris, dude, right? Anyways, I'm gonna call it quits, dude. Shout out to the Wizards. Shout out to G Wiz. Again, Alex Sarr's out for 2 weeks. Most likely will not play against the Pacers. Love that, but we'll see what happens. The Jazz and Pacers got wrecked. We avoided it, but we could get wrecked in the future. Happy though. Anyways, we need some good karma. Good luck. May the best tank win. That's how I'm going to end it with. May the best tank win. Because damn it, this ain't changing anything. We're all still going to tank outrageously. The fines will catch up to us, and despite playing the fines, they will still pick six. The Washington Piss doesn't even have a sports section. That's really sad that they don't have. That they took them down, man. Like growing up, I would listen. I will read their articles all the time. Especially on the Redskins, then the Wizards. Like what the hell? Am I the new, like, I was thinking about, like, is it content creators like me, super fans, I guess, or fans in general, are they like the new Washington Post? Are we like the new Washington Post? I don't want that because the Washington Post and their sports section, they actually had a very integral part of this whole sports industry, like actual sports reporting. I basically just regurgitate from, credible reporters and journalists, from people from the Washington Post. I just regurgitate, but I get my info from them, and I just give you my 2 cents, and we go on from there. We have our conversational style, but it does suck though, and it's really sad to see this happening. It sucks, but yeah. Frank Potter says, great opportunity for me. I mean, I appreciate it, but I don't really view it like that. It just sucks, for them. I feel really bad for them, but because I as a content creator and a baby content creator that I am, I definitely see the severe importance, their imperative to this sports industry. They are not even imperative. They are a key factor to it. The fact that it's like this is, I don't know. It's just fucking insane right now what's going on. Layoffs everywhere. What the hell? It's okay when the Spurs, OKC, and Sixers do it, but when the Wizards do it, yes, Gold Old Beard, I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. You know what I mean? I just want even and fair treatment. All right. Now I'm really calling it quits. 53 minutes. Holy hell. We will survive, says Nomadic Bryant. We will survive and get our pick. Yeah, we're going to be fine, dude. I'm not worried about us losing our pick. It's just more of just like where we land. We'll see. Anyways, take care, everybody. I'm out. I'm going to go listen to more Tony Kornheiser. Yeah, man. If you enjoyed the stream, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm not watching the All-Star game, dude, or whatever the hell they're doing it. I'm just disinterested. I'm gonna watch our Young Bucks and the Friday Rising Stars, but I'm not gonna watch the all. Who's watching the All-Star game? What the fuck? Lockdown Law, you watching it? I know damn well you're not watching it. I'm not watching it, dude. I got laundry to catch up on. Just All-Star game's been atrocious. Anyways, please like and subscribe. Peace, y'all. Take care, everybody. Go Wizards.